And now, it's time for another Dice Tower review with Tom Vasel.
Today we're talking about Sutakku. This is from Smirk and Dagger. Now you wouldn't expect this type of game, I guess, from Smirk and Dagger. Smirk and Dagger tends to make games that are parodies or funny games. Cutthroat Caverns, Run for Your Life, Candyman. But this game is not like that at all. It's actually just a straight push your luck game. Now it's called a dice stacking game, which had me have these visions of, woo, how high can you stack dice? Well, that's not really what this game is about. It's actually just a straight push your luck game. Let's look at it. There's not a lot that comes in the Sutakku box. I mean, you get these dice, you get the bag to hold the dice, and then you get this board, which, oddly enough, is a puzzle piece, although, I mean, even together, it fits in the box, so who knows. But anyway, you put this board down. This board shows you what each side of the die means. Now, it's not so hard to remember, really. It's 1 and 2 and 3. Well, that's pretty simple. Then you get to the 4, and then the 5, and then the 6. But I mean, once you play often enough, you will realize what each of the sides means. But the game, now I have to start out by emphasizing here that this is kind of a push your luck game. It's not stacking dice, like you might think. I mean, although you are actually stacking them. On a player's round, and each round you're going to keep score on the score sheets provided in the game. On a player's round, they're going to roll 3 dice. They are then going to choose 2 of these dice. So I'm going to choose the 1 and the 4. And I'm going to stack them here. You have to put 2 dice. You can now stop or continue. I'm going to continue. The same thing happens. However, here I rolled a 1, 2, and a 3. And the 2 dice that I put on top of the tower have to be a 4 or higher, since my highest die is a 4. I don't have that, so I've busted. However, once per round I can get rid of one of my dice and re-roll 2 of them as a mulligan. Well, this works, the 5, but the 2 doesn't work, so I'm out. I got no points. Let's try that again, because that was pretty lame. If you roll doubles, like I rolled double 5s here, you can place these 5s and put them on top of the other number, and you can put all 3 dice out. So it's useful to roll doubles. Now, here's a couple things. Let's say, at this point, I decide to stop my roll, because putting on top of a 5 is pretty hard. When that happens, I take the value of the top die, so here I have a 5, and multiply it times the number of dice, 3. So if I stop right now, I'd get 15 points. But I never stop. So I roll again. Oh, 3, 4, and 6. The 6 works, but the 3 and the 4 don't. So let's try my mulligan. And oh, double 6s. That is extreme luck there, ladies and gentlemen. I will put them on top of the 5. And since I stacked on top of a 5, I get a 50-point bonus. If you ever stack on top of a 5, you get a 50-point bonus. Of course, you're going to bust most of the time, so it's not worth it. If you ever stack successfully on top of a 6, you get a 100-point bonus. So right now, I have this 6 times 5 dice. I have 30 points. Plus my 50-point bonus, I have 80 points. It would probably be foolish to continue to roll. So I will. Oh, that's a terrible roll. So, I get nothing. Now, if you manage to get all 12 dice on one big pile, then you will get 200 bonus points, which will basically give you the game, probably, unless someone else manages to do it too. Although I think when you're stacking dice that high, then, I mean, you should have to roll to see if there's some kind of, make them fall over, I don't know. Anyway, I haven't seen it happen yet. But I have seen some pretty hefty scores. But it's, when it comes down to it, there's nothing really special here to differentiate it in the sense that it's just another push your luck game, except, as you can see, it has a very classy look to it with the Japanese flavor and the very high quality dice. Well, there you have it. I enjoy this. I don't dislike it. I like games where I can push my luck, which means in this game, I've scored some very high scores before, and most of the time I score 0. I'm just not sure that it's the complete package. I can see this being a nice gift for someone because it has this classy feel to it. The box looks nice. I can see people playing it because it will look good in the shelves. but there's not a whole lot of depth. Okay, it doesn't need to be a lot of depth. I don't know how to explain it. It just feels like maybe there should be something more. Couldn't you just grab a bunch of dice and play this game on your own? Well, you can. So you're really playing for the packaging, which granted is really nice. I like the large dice. I like the fact that you can stack them and everything. So it's interesting and it's fun for diversion. I'm just not sure that it's something that I would want to own in the future, but I could see myself buying it and giving it as a gift to people who were fairly light gamers.
Thanks for joining us today. For more written, audio, and video reviews, as well as the #1 board game podcast, check out the website at www.thedicetower.com. Until then, this is Eric Summerer, and you've been watching The Dice Tower.